what are those danger signs in the third trimester that we all need to know?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Fred. Third trimester is after 28 weeks to 41 weeks. Now, from this time, it means the baby is viable and can live outside the uterus. So now we are dealing with a full human inside the woman. This is when most of the magic that take place in pregnancy actually occur. One very common symptom that we don't even take seriously, we just look at it and say, what is this one, safe? Is reduced fetal movement. I will break it down. I said one of the very it's in fact it's for so many people is a nonsense complaint. They don't really appreciate it, but for us, for a pregnant woman, depending on if this pregnancy is your first pregnancy or if you have carried 2 or more pregnancies, you begin to appreciate the movement of your baby after 18 weeks or 20 weeks. For a first timer, you can stretch it to 20 weeks, 22 weeks. First timers who has delivered before, if she's very observant, from 16 to 18 weeks, she will tell you, I am beginning to have flicker of movement. Now, these movements, let me use a colloquial term, you will feel as if earthworm, something is moving inside you. That is how the mother will describe it. He said, doctor, I just feel as if fish just swim inside my belly. That is your baby movement. At times, the baby can tickle you, the baby can somersault, the baby can play ball. It all depends on how active the baby you are carrying is. It also depends on how active you, the mother, you are. And from experience, babies tend to move faster after the mother just finished eating. After intake of glucose, you will see the move begins to manifest. If the woman is lying down on her side, she begins to experience the movement very well. And if she's sleeping, because the sleep-wake cycle for the baby is different from that of the mother. If the mother is very active physically, she may not feel the movement. It is when she's calm, she begins to experience this movement. Now, when a baby moves, it tells you that all part of the baby is complete. The brain is working well, active. When a baby doesn't move, and that is usually the first sign that the baby will tell you that I am in distress. Because when the baby lacks oxygen, oxygen is what goes, and when oxygen supplies to you, can do anything you want. When there is no oxygen in the brain, conserve your energy so that you will not die. And when the baby is trying to conserve energy, the baby is still not comfortable where I am. And different things can make this baby not to be comfortable. It can be things that are taking place in the body of the mother, or things with the baby itself. If the baby has a very long umbilical, the baby can suddenly use that cord to wrap, and that begins to strangle the baby. And the mother will not know what is happening. By the time she discovers, the baby is again have high blood pressure that will just cut off supply to the baby. By the time the baby is trying to know it, the baby is gone. That is why fetal movements, we must not take it At least a mother should be able to take movements in at least 12 hours. That if you really sit down and say you want to count the movement of your baby, in 2 hours you should get up to 25 movements for an active baby. So that's 1 kick or 2 kicks in 1 hour. There are some women that you must, your baby's movement, you must monitor it. Me as a doctor, I will use my machine to be monitoring. You as the one paper to be monitoring it at home. When you notice any abnormality, carry your bag and come to the hospital. An example is diabetic women, because they are the ones that suddenly come down with unexplained fetal death. You understand? So, men should also monitor the movement of their baby in the womb. Once you notice, my God, since morning this baby has not kicked. This baby has not kicked. What do? Quickly get glucose containing drink. It can be Coke, it can be anything, it can be hot tea, hot chocolate. Take it and drink. Remember I said when there is glucose, the baby will move. Lie down on your side.
Yes.
And observe. After giving this baby Coke, this baby refuses to move. Something is wrong somewhere. Carry your bag and come to the hospital. It's better for the doctors to say, "Oh, madam, you have come again. You have come to disturb us." It is better than for you to stay at home and say, "Those doctors will pursue me today," and you lose your baby. I saw a patient, this a young girl for that matter, a young girl. We have been monitoring this pregnancy, no complaint. On a Sunday, I just got a call from her. I was in church. She said, "Please, doctor, where are you?" I said, "What is the problem?" She said, actually, my baby has not been moving well for 2 days now. I didn't feel it." I screamed. I said, "You must be crazy. What did you say?" She said, 2 days. I said, 2 days? Despite all we tell you in antenatal, 2 days? My friend, take your bag and go to the hospital. She said, "But it's Sunday now. Are you there?" And I asked her, "Am I the one that is going to treat you?" I said, "You should go to the hospital. There are doctors there that will attend to you immediately. Don't worry, I will assist you." Guess what? It was a sad experience. As soon as she got to the hospital, the first thing the doctors did, they tried to listen. They didn't hear anything. They did an ultrasound scan. The baby was already dead. This lady almost went gaga. And when the baby was born, guess what? There was 3 loops of cord tied around the neck. So this baby practically strangled itself inside the uterus. That is why fetal movement, you can never joke with it. So please, as doctors and as patients, remember I said the pregnancy, even if it is the woman that is carrying the baby, but we are all pregnant together. Until she offloads, that pregnancy is for all of us. So it is a partnership thing. While the doctor does his own, you as the woman, you will do your own. You as the relative or the partner, you will also encourage the woman to do hers. Okay? Now, for reduced fetal movement. Another one, which we don't, but is serious, is itching. Itching, when the woman complains that, "Doctor, all my body they scratch me." severe itching all over, and plus or minus rashes. Now, my advice is going to doctors. There's what we call idiopathic pruritus in pregnancy. It is very common. Remember, I said a lot of hormones are elaborated in pregnancy. So pregnant women tend to eat stretches. So you see those stretch marks, eh? Oh my God. If you give a pregnant woman a knife, she can scratch her tummy and cut herself because the skin is stretching. But this particular itching that she tells you as the doctor, you will wear your shoe, everybody begins to run. It tells you, doctor, this itching is worse in my palm and under my leg, like cutting it off. The next, go and do what we call liver test. There is a condition we call obstetric cholestasis. Obstetric cholestasis associated with increase in the liver enzymes with itching and rashes. It occurs in pregnant women and have been proven to cause unexplained IUFD. Even the doctor cannot explain it. That is why even if you have the woman under your watch, as soon as that baby has achieved maturity, please do whatever you want to do and bring out that baby. Just cannot guarantee the safety of that baby. The end is usually not so good. So any pregnant woman that complains of itching and you do a lab test, her liver enzymes are elevated, take her serious. Danger sign in pregnancy. Now, another danger sign, which is very common in Africa for us, is headache. Now, guys, I'm together. Elevated blood swelling. The swelling lower leg. Now, like I told you, there are changes that occur in the pregnant woman's body that must take place, and you will see it doing well. One of such is swelling in the. You have good, and that your placenta is functioning very well. If your placenta is not functioning well as a woman, your feet will not be swollen. So, as a woman, you will notice during pregnancy, your shoe size will increase. And after you deliver, your leg will never return back to normal. Automatically, you have gained an extra size to your shoe. What is a problem for us is when that's what we call edema, begin to rise, begin worsen, suddenly restricted to the ankle. It will now swell and swell and swell, pass through the knee, swell to the extent that your thighs, which we call lap, by the time you press, your tummy itself, your tummy will not look like the bench, like balloon. There is a problem, a very big one at that. It means something sinister is taking place in that woman's system. And if you check her urine, you will be surprised. There will be protein in the urine. That means we call pre-eclampsia. Now, blood pressure will most likely be elevated. All pregnant women that are elevated. We have some that will fall out, which we call atypical. So as doctors, you must be observant. If she has this pregnancy already, studies have shown that hypertensive disorders in pregnancy are now killing women than the hemorrhage we have been using to sink. Bleeding is just these hypertensive disorders in pregnancy, women that have died. Go and bring out the statistics. You will discover that they had blood pressure issues. And blood pressure issues, they just don't go alone. So don't see it as a woman that my doctor checked my blood pressure and he said it has come down, so I cannot go home. No, the blood pressure is just like a masquerader. It tells you all is not well. The real village people are inside the body. They are doing their harm. It's only the blood pressure that is sincere enough to come outside and tell you, I am the cause of your problem. The real people that are lighting the fire, they are inside. And it affects all parts of the body, from the eyes, to the brain, to the heart, to the lungs, to the kidneys, to the leg. All part of the body is affected. That is what we call a multi-systemic disorder. Now, all this woman of will just be headache. Oh, I am having headache. And the husband will get her paracetamol. Take. You have stressed yourself too much. Sleep. She will not sleep. The next time that woman will wake up, she will tell you, I can't see again. No, I'm seeing triple. And by the time she just tell you that statement, the next thing, she's already convulsing. That's when you run to the hospital. If you get to the hospital on time, you can save her. If you don't get there on time, problem. So, hypertension in pregnancy manifesting as severe edema, headache, blood vision. Don't joke. Now, we all know pregnant women, some tend to eat too much.